Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Mike once again for Sim Racing 604, and today we're going to be looking at another vintage F1 car. If you saw my last video, it was the McLaren MP44 from 1988, and what we are looking at now is the Ferrari 643 from 1991. Some major changes occurred. You can see the body styling is overall quite similar to what you saw in 1988. But there are some notable changes, most notably what's behind the driver. So the mid-engine mount, of course, engine was in 1988. We talked about the 1.5 liter V6 with that massive turbo behind it that was belting out somewhere between 900 and 1,000 horsepower. And what you're looking at now, this Ferrari 643 had a V12 in it, so they gained an extra 6 cylinders actually in just 3 years. The big difference being this is a naturally aspirated engine, so that huge turbo that we saw, it really spiked kind of in the mid 80s. The 86, the Lotus 98T had somewhere around 1,200 horsepower, and then we talked about the 900 or so horsepower in the 1988 version. This 1991 version is only 700 horsepower. Keep in mind this the dry weight of this vehicle was somewhere in the 500 kilogram area, so and not to mention with the naturally aspirated, you're not waiting for the higher RPMs to really feel that power. So without further ado, just a bit of history. This was only run in 1991 for 10 races, and it went 0 for 10. It did not have a lot of success, but a lot of that was attributed to mechanical issues. But luckily, this being sim racing, we're not too concerned with mechanical issues. We just get to drive it and beat on it. So we're going to take it around Spa for a couple laps. Again, everything's stock. First thing we'll do is have a quick listen to this engine, this V12. So you heard me talk about the MP44 and how I love the sound. I gotta admit, I don't love this sound. This is version 2.0 from the ASR Formula team, and though I'm a fan of those guys, I won't say they crushed it on sound here. We'll take it around the track and kind of get a better feel for it, but I don't immediately love the sound. You can see there was massive improvements in the dashboard readout from 88 to 91. And my tires are cold, so forgive me for taking it real slow through All Rouge here. And they added a 7th gear as well, as you can see now. So I'm just going to do kind of an outlap here, kind of get a feel for this thing. I spent so much time in the MP46 that I don't really have my my sea legs, as it were, with this car, but feels great actually. It's a bit light feeling. I can't explain it beyond that. The back end kind of feels like it wants to dance, but we'll get some heat in those tires and see if we can change that. Tire lock up there, but that was the driver's fault. We are off. So can I take this one at full rip? Oh, too wide.
That lap's not going to count. A track cut has been detected.
I've been driving the 2017 Formula Hybrid a lot lately, which is on rails compared to this thing. But this is a great car nonetheless. As I said, I don't love the sound. The inside of the cockpit looks great. And speed-wise and handling-wise, this does feel as you would kind of expect. As I said, the back end does kind of want to jump out on you, but it is an F1 car after all, so you can't. Whoa!
The marshals are saying you cut the track, so that lap won't count.
My apologies. I can't push this quite as hard as I would like, but still a great car nonetheless. I think we're due for one more lap. I think I gotta go back there and crush Eau Rouge. What do you think? And you can hear that that engine really whining. Listen to it again as it downshift. Or as it throttle back in here. Wee, wee. Kind of an exciting sound. It doesn't have the sort of throatiness of the MP4-4 or the MP4-6, although it is running the same, that 3.5 liter V12. Certainly exciting to drive though. Actually, now that the tires have some temperature, I'm starting to kind of take to these physics. This feels a lot better. It's not an easy car to drive by any stretch, but there's certainly a fun factor there. I think we learned last time that I cannot take this all out, so I'll throw it back ever so slightly and back on it. And that worked out pretty well. Not my best corner, not my worst either. Got a whole bunch of gears. Front straight. And this one is actually a lot more tame. I don't know if this is to reflect the improved aerodynamics over in 1988, but certainly compared to the MP4-4, there's a lot more leeway with this thing as far as punching it coming out of a corner. So here we go back into Eau Rouge. Yeah, still not my best. Still not my best. That'll take a few laps. Again, I don't spend a lot of time in this car, so I don't know it that well. But a lot of fun to be had. So kind of closing thoughts here. This is version 2.0. It's free, so I would strongly recommend adding this to your collection. No reason why not to. I think the ASR team has done a great job. One thing I would encourage is if you do feel like donating, I mean, somebody put a lot of time into this. If you have the money and can spare a buck or two, I'm sure they would definitely appreciate it. The notoriety is one thing, and I'll endorse ASR Formula all day long, but I'm sure they would like a few bucks as well. So if you have it within your means, kick them a few bucks and download this car. Download the MP4-4. It's free as well, because these guys are doing a great job. So yeah, I'm going to just finish up these last few curves here and just kind of summarize. So I think I will give this a I'll go with a 9 actually. Again, not loving the sound too much. Doesn't have the same sort of appeal, the same throatiness. Like you don't feel like there's a whole lot of power behind you that some of their other mods have had. And graphics-wise, it looks tremendous. Handling-wise, again, I just got to give it a couple small demerits. I don't love it. It's whoop, I was supposed to go in the pit there, so I guess we'll finish up on course. But yeah, overall, it's a very good mod. The physics do feel.
You just improved your best lap time. Good job.
Thank you. I do feel that they've made it perhaps too easy to drive, and I'll demonstrate that in the next corner. So cold tires coming in and punching it now. Yeah, that seems too easy. But overall, it's a blast to drive, and for the price, I definitely recommend this. So yeah, not ASR's best work, but still definitely worth adding to your collection. So head on over, Google ASR Formula, hit them up, and download this mod for sure. Alright, this is Mike for Sim Racing 604. Thank you so much. If you have a different opinion of this car or any other car, please leave a comment. Anything you'd like me to review, by the way, I don't mind spending a few bucks if you're afraid to. So leave that in the comments. Please like this video if you can, and please hit subscribe, and there'll be a lot more. Thanks so much.